Good morning, knife lovers. This morning I've been asked to sharpen an oboe reed scraping tool. Oboe players, they scrape and shape their own oboe reeds, and I have measured the angle, and it happens to be 37.5 degrees, if you want to make a note. But I got to that angle by copying what was there originally. I'll show you. I've already started this. But you can see that it's slightly convex, which is perfect for the Tormek wheel, and I just start by colouring in the edge. And then adjusting the angle on the knife holder. The knife holder grabs it nicely. And because we're only doing one edge, it doesn't matter about the asymmetrical grip. Although I do have one of the new Tormek clamps, but that doesn't matter in this case. Let's see how that's nice and sharp in there. I want to keep that if possible. So I would normally lay it on there and then just move the wheel and hopefully get a full scraping pattern like that. Right, that's a little bit tip heavy, so that means that it needs to lay down a little bit. A bit too much. Yeah, that looks more full now. So, lock that in. And I'm on the standard as the wheel comes, which is around about 220, and I'll refine it a bit later on. We're getting a fairly good grind on that. I love a new wheel. Coming along nicely, and you can see we're on the correct angle because this here is fully across, so this must be a low spot, another low spot, another low spot. But again, that bevel, the top edge, is really all that matters. I've definitely got a burr on the back, but like I said, that's been rounded off by the previous sharpener. Not sure if you can see that, but there you go. See that reflecting? Shouldn't be reflecting. That should be reflecting. Instead, that is. But I'm told that it's just because it's a scraper, it doesn't really matter that much as long as it's sharp. And I can tell that it's very hard steel. I don't know what it's made of, because it's smoothing out the wheel. So that's beyond 220 now, probably around maybe 600-700, moving its way towards the finer end, which is up around 1,000. It's doing it itself because the steel is grading the wheel. Very important to make sure you're not rocking here. Make sure you're always straight here. Land it, tip first, move it towards the heel. Got a really strong burr on there now, and you can see how we're making our way to the back of the bevel. It's not super critical that I match that all the way, but I'd like to. It's being a bit persistent, and if it keeps persisting, I'm not going to bother with it. As long as that front edge is sharp, that's really the main criteria. Maybe one more. Oh, it's pretty close. I'm going to go again. Nothing's too good for the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra. Not sure if you're aware, but it's one of the best in the known galaxy. Can't speak for other galaxies. But you should look them up. They do terrific stuff. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's no crunching, which means those grains have all been lowered, and we're now fully, that feels as smooth as this wheel ever gets. So that's definitely onto 1,000. And I was mentioning earlier that sometimes the Japanese knives do this as well because they're such hard steel. So this must have a hardness rating of, you know, well over in the high 50s, possibly low 60s, because it's adjusting the wheel. So it's like self-grading. But I'm happy with that. Right. A few little low spots there, but like I said, this edge is not important. It's this edge that's important. And here we have a full burr, even though we're still dealing with that rounded edge. But, you know, there's not much I can do about that. If I took that down too far to deal with that edge, there you can still see it shining at the top there, then it would lower it down here, and I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. So yeah, looks great, doesn't it? All right, so now, because that's smooth enough, I'm going straight to the honing. Let me me swing the camera around. We'll get the dog. Oh. You can wiggle your feet. Your feet are on camera. Yay! They're official orchestral feet, those. Where is it? It's over here. So the burr is at the top. Traditionally, of course, we hone the underside of the burr to weaken it before we attack it. Nice. And now just a little bit on the top. Oh, I just saw the burr ping off. There's definitely a sliver of metal there. That's always a good thing. Oh, that's already smooth. So the hard metals will definitely be easier, are always easier to remove the burr than soft metals. But I don't want to overwork that, so I reckon that's done. It's a very large angle, so I don't know if it's going to slice paper, but we'll definitely give it a try. Now what I will do though is I will give it a run on the kangaroo strop to make sure that burr's been removed. Ten strokes is enough. And I've lost count because I'm focusing on the strop. Tell me when I've got 10. Going over 10 is not a problem, but it's not necessary. Okay. Wonder if it'll slice paper. You happy with that, Oboe?
Yeah.
Excellent. So that is how you sharpen an oboe reed scraping tool. Just like anything else. Measure the angle, go through the motions, finish the burr, and that should scrape like a scraper. Thanks for watching. If you like that, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.